There's a little known way to raise private investor finance that doesn't involve raising capital for your next refurb or development project. And I'm going to tell you about it in this video. One of the main challenges property investors and developers face is the lack of funds. They usually do their first few projects using their own money, and then they run out of cash and they need to raise private investor finance to be able to do more deals. They've got a portfolio of properties, cash flowing properties with some equity trapped in, but no more cash to do more deals. So the little known way of raising private finance that doesn't involve raising capital for your next deal is to raise capital to release some of your trapped equity into these cash flowing properties. So if you've got properties that are cash flowing, every month, what you can do is you can raise funds from an investor to release some of your equity trapped into that deal. Okay, you can raise debt, so take out a loan from that investor for a few years, to give you time to put that money to work into other projects and then be in a position to repay the investor. Or you can also raise equity from an investor and just share the profit on a monthly or quarterly basis, depending on how often you want to calculate those with the investor. So instead of raising money for your next project, what you do is you raise money from an investor to release some of your equity into a cash flowing asset that you own. And that way you've got some cash, some money to play with and invest in your next project. Now, is there appetite from private investors to invest in this kind of cash flowing project, to release some of your equity into cash flowing assets? Yes, absolutely. There is appetite. We have invested in deals like this, and we find them very attractive because there is no development risk. And it's just a very straightforward way for us to work with an investor. Inside the Investables, we have a course called Deal Structuring Made Easy that talks about all the ways that you can raise private investor finance from investors, whether it's debt, equity, and also releasing equity from existing cash flowing property. So if you're interested in finding out more about all the ways that you can raise finance from private investors, make sure you add your name to the wait list and you join the community when the doors next reopen. Bye for now.